I'm going to start off proceedings though talking about the goalkeepers. We've got Lloris, Foster, Elliott and Lossell. Interesting. Put Huddersfield in there. Lloris starts off at 5.5. Home against Burnley. Should be a really easy clean sheet. And I feel like they'll go and grab it again. I've said it before. Although the mistake last game week cost his team very, very well earned point. I think Lloris is still one of the better £5.5 million options out there. We've also got Foster at 4.5 for West Brom. 2 games, 2 clean sheets. Could be 3 games and 3 clean sheets. And I feel like they could also do that. Looking very sturdy at the back. It's looking like old school Tony Pulis. And it's a good sight to see for our FPL teams. Not football wise, but FPL teams will take it. They also got Elliott coming in just for the simple fact he's £4 million. He's still playing. He's give you a cheaper option, and he also have those transfers in. Could go up soon and get you a decent bit of profit. We also have Lossell from Huddersfield. Now he has got 2 clean sheets. Granted, they've got tougher fixtures coming up over the hill, but they've got a hill to climb first. I feel like it could be a nice smooth ride. And Huddersfield plays Southampton, could be getting those save points. Just proves he's got a good few saves in his locker. Matt Ritchie's shot showing he can get to those really tight saves. And for me, Lossell represents a really good value option. What about those pesky defenders? Well, I've got 6 for you. Starting, I've got Trippier of Tottenham, we've got Dawson of West Brom, we've got Bailey of Man United, we've got Norton of Swansea, we've got Lerver of Huddersfield, and we've got Cedric of Southampton. Starting off with Trippier, simple reasoning behind this. He is £5.4 million now, and Spurs are at home to Burnley. He could get assists, he'll definitely get a clean sheet. What could possibly go wrong? Well, neither of the things I've mentioned happening, but he should do, so I'd say he's safe to bring him in. If I do find myself getting a free transfer, I feel like he will be going in for Davis, because I feel like cheaper option. Although Davis is looking good, hopefully he'll rise again before Trippier rises, and I'll be able to bring Trippier in for a little bit cheaper. Dawson comes in at £5 million for West Brom. Any West Brom coverage really is going to be good for this game week, because I feel like I'll get another clean sheet and look sturdy, and Dawson is the one I've picked because I've got a good feeling. I did it with Bailey last week, Dawson this week. Hopefully he'll prove me right. Talking about Bailey, he is next up. We've got £6 million Bailey, £6.1 million Bailey I should say. And he's looking in good nick. Although I did predicted Man United to concede, very well could not do. This is again just my predictions. And Eric Bailey, could be set to rise. He's playing regularly. Those other clean sheets will come in handy in other game weeks though, and he will be set to rise even more. Maybe even end at 6.6, maybe by the end of the season. Carl Norton is also 4.5, represents good value option, and the Swansea's fixtures look really good going forward now. So to get him in could be good on the flank, getting a few assists, a couple of goals maybe if we're lucky. Could be a good value option. You also got Lerver at 4.5, cheap Huddersfield way into the defence, so yeah, it's a nice little cheap option for you for your 4th or 5th defender slot. And then a Cedric, because I can't help but see Southampton options again, and again it could be could be another attacking option, with attacking returns in the defensive slot, which could be ever so vital for your point score. Moving on to midfield, we've got Ericsson, Phillips, Pogba, Redmond, Moy, and Tom Carroll. Starting off with Christian Eriksen, the man is proving why I picked him over Dele Alli last minute. He's got assists in both of the game weeks. In fact, he assisted every single Spurs goal, fun fact for you. And I picked some more against Burnley. Can he keep that continuing? Hopefully. Imagine 3-0, 3 Eriksen assists. What a way to captain him. To be honest, if I don't bring Kane in, which I'm looking like I want to bring Kane in, hopefully if he drops, I'm looking at Eriksen being captain again with this coming game week. Phillips also £6 million. Could be a good option. Granted, he also has the chance of not performing, but I feel like Stoke could concede a few, and Phillips could also be on hand to do that or assist the main goal, which is just that one goal, that one goal, which is a very small chance, but he could also pull it off. Pogba also at £8.1 million. He's not 8.2 like Mkhitaryan, so whilst he's 8.1, get him in. Although by the chance that it's been recorded separately and uploaded separately, or even on FPLT, he's probably already gone up. So yeah, he's probably 8.2 now. Redmond also at 6.5. I think he's a better Southampton attacking option in midfield than Tadic. Although I'm sticking with Tadic for now. His penalty points keeps him in my team for another couple of game weeks, I feel. Moy at 5.5 and Carroll at 4.5 are good cheaper options. Carroll could be getting more attacking returns now with easier games coming up for Swansea, and Moy, yeah, he's one of the talisman in the team of Huddersfield, and could be looking at a few more attacking returns in the upcoming game weeks. And then we've got the attackers. We've got 2 big men and 3 interesting ones. Lukaku, Kane, Calvert-Lewin, Gabbiadini and Ayew. Now let me explain all of them. Lukaku, need I say more? Kane is a home to Burnley in August, so it's represents his own risk, but a home to Burnley, so need I say more? Now Dominic Calvert-Lewin has reaped praises from Ronald Koeman and Wayne Rooney after the Man City game, and Everton have scored 2 goals this season. Both of them by Rooney, both of them assisted by Dom Calvert-Lewin. Now that is very, very big news, and the fact that he received praise, could be in the first team a lot now. At £5 million, he could be the one. And look at the game, watch back the highlights. His pace, his strength, his determination, and his physicality really, in general, proved very, very, a handful for Man City's defence. So keep your eyes out on him. He could be worth it at £5 million. Gabbiadini at 7 looked very good in the past 2 game weeks. Looking at the stats, so hopefully that continue and translate onto the pitches. And Gabbiadini can pick up some more attacking returns. And Ayew is playing a lot. He's one of the better teams. I don't think we're looking. He hit the post. Well, kind of against Manchester United. It wasn't really a shot, I don't feel, but he is playing a lot. And playing out wide could be worth it. Just £5 million, maybe worth that cheap option to give you money to midfield or even fund that very expensive Marcus Alonso move. But let's take a closer look, shall I say, at some of the players that I've picked out this upcoming game week. Starting off with a sturdy man in between the 6 for big Tony Pulis' West Brom. Ben Foster of West Brom is valued still at 4.5 and has 2 clean sheets in 2. With Stoke, Brighton, West Ham, Arsenal and Watford coming up, 3 of them being home games, you can expect the West Brom man to continue his clean sheet record. Up next is Kieran Trippier. He's only valued at £5.4 million, and Spurs, you expect them to have a sturdy defence. Owned by just 2.7 as well, he could be a really good option. Burnley, Everton, Swansea, West Ham and Huddersfield are the next 5, and you can see a few clean sheets in there too. Norton is another one you need to consider at 4.5, with his next 5 game weeks being Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Tottenham, Watford and West Ham. Got a really good run, and I feel like Swansea could really hit the ground running, pick up some good clean sheets, maybe even a few taken returns for Norton. £4.5 million is a bargain. Moving on to midfield, we have Christian Eriksen of Tottenham, valued at 9.5 as of recording this video. He's selected by around 20% of people, picked up 19 points in his first 2 game weeks, and with Burnley, Everton, Swansea, West Ham and Huddersfield turning up, I believe Eriksen's point tally could be set to rise and rise and rise. We've got another decently expensive midfielder in Paul Pogba, 8.1 at the time of recording, although let's be honest, he's 8.2 now by the time I've uploaded it. 30% of people own him, 23 points in his first few game weeks. Leicester, Stoke, Everton, Southampton and Palace to come up. Could be even more points coming in for the very interesting Frenchman. On the different side of the price range, we've got Tom Carroll of Swansea, owned by just over 6% of people, only 5 points in his first 2 game weeks, but he's £4.5 million. With Palace, Newcastle, Tottenham, Watford and West Ham coming up, you can see him potentially getting more assists and more goals than you'd think for a £4.5 million midfielder. Only a small £7.1 million up and a grade up is Lukaku, owned by over 56% of people. Scored 19 points in his past 2 game weeks. Of course, Leicester, Stoke, Everton, Southampton and Crystal Palace coming up for the big Belgian. I think Lukaku can only score more goals from here on in. The most expensive attacker on the game, Harry Kane, is another one I suggest bringing in. Although he's looking at maybe going down to 12.4 by the start of next game week, if he does go down to 12.4, definitely worth bringing him in. Burnley with next game week, Everton, Swansea, West Ham and Huddersfield after that. Goals could be coming, and plenty of them for Harry Kane. And finally, we have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. The Everton striker is valued at just £5 million and has picked up an assist in each of the last 2 game weeks and assisted every single Everton goal this season, which is 2 to be quite frank. Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, Bournemouth and Burnley all in his next 5, which could seem a bit tough, but his pace, his physicality and his sheer determination to beat the defenders in the Man City game has proved that he maybe is a bigger handful than we once thought.